Hi Aries, welcome to Eyes to See Tarot and your tarot reading for the upcoming weeks ahead. This is a freestyle read, so we're just going to jump right in and see what the cards have for you. This love is it's not usually centered around love and relationships, but if they happen to be in the mix, I'm gonna tell you about it. Okay, so right off the jump, Aries, there is a dissolution of something. Something I've invested a lot of time in. Something I've invested a lot of resources in, and now I'm done with it. So I might not have been emotionally attached to it. It's a possibility that it was not producing the outcome that I desired. It's whatever it is, it looks like it's a decision that you made. I don't think it's a universe thing. It's a you thing. Like my daughter would say, that looks like a you problem. So let's see what's ending. All right. Okay, so there was too much that you had to defend yourself surrounding it. Like you had to explain yourself. I keep having to explain myself. I keep having to defend myself. Nobody's really working with me. You know? Like, friends and family members, they're all like, but why you gotta do that instead of come do this with us? It's like you're always having to defend your reasoning behind doing this thing. Scuba Steve. So nobody really understands you. But at the same time, while you're pulling this up, it seems like it dissolves all those nitpicking, nagging things. So they might have been really, really passive. I'm getting a feeling of real passiveness. Please excuse the rain. I'm loving the fuck out of it. So, okay, you're walking away, finding some fulfillment with some sadness about the time that you've wasted. But at the same time, coming to terms with the idea. It's like you're not missing a beat mourning this. You're not missing a beat letting it get to you, right? But at the same time, you are vindicated in a way in your own self. Because at least you know you did it. I can do it. I knew I could do it. I did it. But I am walking away from it. I feel a sense of completion. And also a sense of clarity about learning something new. So there's a sense, there's an idea, right, that what we've gone through, absolutely monetary, right? It wasn't necessarily supported. Man, the rain. Okay. So it wasn't necessarily supported by family, friends, other people. Like, I had nothing really to talk about. I had nothing to talk about with these people. They didn't identify with what I was going through, with my struggles, with all these things that I was dealing with. Did that help? I think that helped. Okay. So they didn't necessarily, it's like there was no common ground anymore, right? So I was able to leave this behind, walk away from it, sever myself from it with a longing. There was a longing. Five of Pentacles. the Five of Cups, Three of Swords, but with the Nine of Cups right there and the Strength card. Okay, God bless this rain. And it's very distracting. Anyway, so let's see if I can get deeper into the message. But the energy there is for you to learn something new, right? I've invested a lot of time and energy and effort into this thing. I'm dissolving it. I don't want to do that anymore. It feels very light, right? I'm sorry you couldn't support me. There's also the feeling that you've taken names and notes to the people that could not or would not support you, or get on your level, or understand. More about Aries. What's this mean for the people in Aries' life? Oh, ask questions, you shall get answers. Okay, so the Ace of Wands, the Three of Wands, the Star, the Three of Cups, the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Cups in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Tower, the High Priestess. Oh shit. Okay, so you're keeping a lot of secrets. You're keeping this on the down low. You're keeping this on the hush. You're not trying to tell them how they hung themselves with you. But you're not very anxious to like jump in and get involved. It's like if they were expecting you to help, how about if I just pray for you? You know? So that's what this is trying to convey to me. With the Ace of Wands in reverse, the Three of Wands in the upright, but you see, like, Three of Wands is like an anticipation, right? But in this card, if you look, it's going to be quite interesting. He's contemplating what's coming or what he's expecting. He almost knows not to expect anything because expectation is the quickest way to a broken heart. But there is still some empathy. You see the umbilical cord coming from his belly button, going to the wands. But I really don't have a lot of hope for you. But like, you know, if you're taking notes, you're taking notes, right? If it was a relationship that you're ending, you're taking notes about who respected that relationship, who supported that relationship. If it's a job or a business endeavor, you're just taking notes, right? And don't expect me to help you, because in my time of need or when I was making it, ain't nobody was behind me, or the few and rare was behind me. You know, I see the Three of Cups, the Nine of Swords in reverse, and the Ten of Cups in reverse. Okay, so the Ten of Cups in reverse usually denotes it looking better on the outside than it is on the inside, right? Me putting up a false front, a false face. Oh yeah, it looks great, it looks good, but on the inside it's like war, right? Inside those doors, it's war. We just make it look Stepford Wives, right? With the Nine of Swords is I'm letting it roll off my back, right? Like water on a duck's back. I'm just kind of letting it roll off and watch them in their own little world and be happy and be content. But the Wheel of Fortune and the Tower and the High Priestess, like I'm keeping it to myself, right? The fact that I see that you're fixing to go off a cliff. Come on, Aries. Could you be any more cold? With the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, you know that it's probably about time for their luck to run up. Aries. I just read the cards. What? Vicious, catty. Yeah, because you're going to remember this. With the Six of Cups in reverse, this is an idea of bad emotional memories from the past. Oh, wow. How much fun is this? Aries, Aries, Aries. I would suggest that you make peace and come to terms with this baggage, because you don't want to be hauling this baggage. Now, I know you do. I know you do. I support it only because I'd be willing to pay this karmatic debt, right? I'm too like this. I take notes. I take a lot of notes. But I don't suggest it to other people, right? Because it is kind of, it's a little unhealthy. All right. So, spirits, Aries is leaving something behind. They are taking notes like Santa. Tell me what's coming. Tell me more about the Seven of Cups in reverse and the Page of Swords. It doesn't look real fruitful. It doesn't look like you're investing your emotions. It doesn't look like it makes you completely happy. But in order to find happiness, you're going to have to go back to a crossroads. Yeah, okay, so you're going to have to revisit this karmatic debt in order to jump the hurdle. Let me explain this. Okay, so the Empress in reverse, the Knight of Cups in reverse, and the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups in reverse. This tells me that it's almost like a barren endeavor that you're really not emotionally invested in. It doesn't bring me any kind of fulfillment, right? At all. Maybe monetarily, but not emotionally. It's kind of like this thing. This thing was monetarily a good thing, right? But I don't see a passion. You know, you passionately defended it, but you were having to passionately defend it. You think that maybe, I'm just thinking, I know there's always a lesson and we only learn the hard way, and the long way home is where you smell the roses and everything else like that, but do you think that maybe we can bypass this whole shit and you just stick with what you got? Like, take notes without... I mean, it could have been so much as a party, a planning, a wedding, something you were planning that was big and nobody was going to RSVP, and so now you're eloping. You know, it could be something like that. Have the party anyway, is my analogy. Because on the other side of this, I see that there being a lot of... I got a hair, sorry. I see there being a lot of emotional wellness. Like it bringing you a lot of... It brings you a lot of joy to see them crash and burn or run off the cliff like little lemmings. You know, they earned it, right? It brings you a lot of joy, but then I have to map out what's next. And that, with the Star card in reverse, there's not a lot of hope for what's coming next. Like I said, I would probably do this thing because I would not mind paying the karmatic debt. How they say you'd rock that orange jumpsuit? Yeah, probably. I'd probably go there and have church. Like, I mean, just all BFFs in there. You know, wherever you go, there you are. I'm absolutely happy no matter where I'm at. But most people don't like to acknowledge the repercussions of their own decisions. And this would be one of those situations. You have to know that before you create this karmatic debt, you're going to pay for it with some instability. You know, there's not a lot of hope. There's not a lot of stability. It's like, yes, I laid the city waste, right? No one shall oppose me. But now I have to walk over the rubble. And where am I going to get my steak tortilla from? Like, I burned that building down in my rage, in my justification for my rage. What is this? What is it? So, I can't tell you what to do, but the best part of this reading, is dissolving something that you've invested a lot of time in and have defended. If there was any way, Aries, that if I could cut scene and just kind of keep you here, that'd kind of be groovy. But I'm not your boss, so whichever way you want to go with it, the ends justify the means. That's not the story. No. Bull in a china shop. That's probably this story. Burning the whole house down because you found a spider. That's this story. I wish I could stop you, like pull out whatever it is. See the Hermit. I suggest meditating on this situation just a little bit longer, right? I'm suggesting that whereas it would be emotionally fulfilling and it would make you very, very happy for a short period of time, lashing out and getting your revenge on this, it's not worth letting go, throwing out the baby with the bathwater. It's the principle of the thing. Yeah, I mean, I get that, Aries. It's the principle of the thing. But what is the thing? Is the thing your happiness? Because you'll get short-lived happiness from doing this thing, right? But the cost and the cost of reparation and the time for reparation and the new path, I don't know if that is worth it. I don't know your particular situation. It might be worth it, you know? But yeah, but that's all I'm going to ask you, Aries, before I conclude this video is it worth it? Is it really, really worth it? And until next time, thanks for stopping at Eyes to See Tarot, and I do hope to see you soon. Good luck, Aries.